So you think you know what passive income is? I'm willing to bet you don't. So we're gonna find out what passive income really is. We're gonna debunk some of the myths, some of the misconceptions that a lot of you have. I'm also going to share my top 10 passive income sources that paid me $134,846.40 in 1 month. Are you interested to find out? I thought so. Let's check it out. What's going on, party people? Back with another video. This is Jeff Rose, and today we're talking about passive income again. That's right, I've already published a video, 11 passive income ideas that you can start today. And it's one of my most watched videos. You've watched it, right? You've watched it? I know you watched it. Now the cool thing about that video is that I had a ton of people comment thanking me for sharing passive income ideas that they had never thought about or no one has ever told them about or introduced them to. So to all you people, but then I was surprised at the tons of people that came out that were bashing me for some of the ideas that I shared and making claims and accusations that I don't understand what passive income is, that I'm clueless, that I need to go back to school or I need to go online and reread the definition of passive income. And there was a lot of those comments, but the ones that really got me weren't those type of comments, but were from the people that I can tell just don't get it. Like, they're clueless. Clueless. And by clueless, I mean that they don't understand that there are other ways, that there are different ways that you can make money, and that there are other ways that you can make passive income. And the truth of the matter is that they don't understand, and many of you don't really get what passive income is. So here's some of my favorite comments. This comment's from Bubba Slim, and Bubba says, so half of these are not passive income, i.e. passive income is making your money work for you. And then he goes on to say, the goal of passive income is not to spend time on making money. That is the goal, true, but think about it. Can you really make passive income without doing anything? Bubba, I applaud your comment. But unfortunately, you don't take the top prize for the best comment of totally not understanding what passive income is. No, that top comment goes to Miriam. So this is what Miriam writes. I'm gonna read the entire comment. Great ideas, but passive income means you don't have to actually work to generate money. The money works for you. Even 1 hour of work a year is not passive. Can I please read that one more time? Even 1 hour of work a year is not passive. Blogging or doing YouTube is actually too much of an active income rather than passive. Even 1 hour of work is not passive income. So let's just think about that for a minute. If passive income requires no work, meaning that you can just sit back and do nothing, then why wouldn't everybody be experiencing and living with passive income? Why wouldn't we all be generating passive income? Just sitting back on the couch, laying in bed, and just having money fall from the heavens. And I guess most people, they don't get it, because when they go on Investopedia or Wikipedia and they read the definition of a passive income, where it says that you can just sit back and make money without being involved, like, that doesn't exist. Like, that's just a fairy tale.
Fairy tales are real?
And I wish that I could say that their comment was isolated, meaning that they're the only one that thinks that. But the reality is that you probably think that too. Or somebody that you know, that you work with, a friend, a family member, thinks that's what passive income is. That you just sit back and lay on the beach and you watch TV and watch Netflix and chill all day and sit back and make passive income. But then if that's the case, why aren't you making passive income? See, there's two harsh truths that most people don't want to admit or they don't comprehend when it comes to making passive income. The first is it's not easy. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of hustle, a lot of grit, a lot of failures to get to a point where you're finally making substantial passive income. The second thing is that it takes time. You're not going to flip a switch and all of a sudden, poof, I got passive income. It doesn't matter what passive income source that you're targeting, it takes time to build it up. Whether it's real estate, stocks, business, an online business, whatever passive income source that you are looking to get, you've got to build it, and it takes time. Now, one of my favorite books that I ever read is The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. And if you haven't read this book, many people will immediately just say, oh yeah, 4 hours, you can't work 4 hours and make money. But that's not what the book is about. What the book is talking about is having a business, building a business where you start to scale and start to outsource the things that you don't want to do, to where the work that you're actually doing are the things that you love to do. In a coaching program that I was in called The Strategic Coach, Dan Sullivan, the founder, called this the unique ability. Basically, these are your passions, your interests, the things that you love to do that you get paid well to do it. For me, my unique ability is doing things that it doesn't feel like I am working because I enjoy doing it. And many people can't say that. Can you say that about your job, that you love clocking in 9 to 5 or working overtime to get paid? Maybe you love your job and that's great, but most of us would love a secondary source of income, especially if it's passive. So in my research and looking at different people's perspective on passive income, probably one of the best ones that I found is a guy by the name of Dan Lok. Now, I've never spoke to Dan. I've only watched his YouTube videos. Maybe he's watched mine. Hey Dan, looking good, bud. So I was watching one of Dan's videos where he was talking about some of the myths of passive income. Man, he just really hit on some of the key points that I 100% agree with. So one of his quotes from his presentation, he says, passive income is earned from persistent, ongoing cultivation. He goes on to support that quote with 3 main points, and this is what he talks about in those main points. To be able to have passive income, you have to stay ahead of the competition, you have to have a loyal tribe, and you have to have a great team. Without those, you're not going to have passive income. So we think about traditional passive income, and I don't know about you, but I know when I think about passive income, I typically think about real estate because that's just what a lot of people gravitate towards. But do you realize if you have a passive income source of real estate, and going back to that comment of working more than 1 hour a year, there's still maintenance that goes along with having real estate property. Even if you have a property manager, you still have to manage that person or tell them what to do. There's always going to be a little work involved. But the key thing is that you're not working 40 hours a week to generate that income. And that's why that's my definition of passive. Because let's think of some other passive income sources that used to be pretty prominent. You had vending machines, you had telephone banks, you had all these different things where people could just set it up and just collect the money. Well, when's the last time you've seen a telephone booth? And if you have, where in the world are you living right now? Anyway, but passive income, to have any sort of income, you have to stay ahead of the competition. Technology changes, the economy is going to change. To believe that you're going to sit back and earn money without having any interest or any involvement in an income source is just plain ignorant. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. So passive for me is that I'm not working 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, 80 hours a week to generate the $134,000 that I did in this 1 month. I work minimal. I work what I want. I work when I have to, if I do have to, but nobody controls my schedule. I've also focused on building a team that specializes in all the things that I hate to do, whether that be video production, editing, affiliate managing, website development, all these things that I could do, but it would take me hours to do it and I would hate life. I hate doing stuff that I hate. I've been able to see my income grow exponentially over the last few years. But to think that I haven't put any work in, yes, there was a time that I was working 60 plus hours a week. There was a time that I was hustling and putting that grit in. I put all that time and energy in to get to where I'm at today, where I can finally sit back and enjoy what I'm making. But I had to put the work in. So don't think that you cannot do any work and you're gonna get paid, because that ain't going to happen. Are you with me? I hope so. If not, let me know in the comments below. All right, so that's some of the stuff about my myths and debunking passive income and what passive income really is. So what I want to share with you today are what are my top 10 passive income sources and how in the world did I get paid $134,846.40 in 1 month while doing minimal work. Let's find out. All right, let's dive into my top 10 passive income sources that I'm currently getting right now. And as you're going to see, I tried to take as many screenshots as I could. You'll see that I didn't take every single screenshot, and as we go along, you'll see why, because that would have been a lot of screenshots and this video would have been stupid long. So I try to take the screenshots I think you would have been most interested in. So, all right, let's go ahead and break this down as far as what are my 10 passive income sources. So the first one are stocks. And if you've watched some of my other YouTube videos, if you've been to my blog, I share most of what I have invested. Right now, a bulk of my stock market investments, I've got mutual funds, I've got ETFs, I do have individual stocks. You can actually check out, I have a video where I talk about how I've made $110,000 tax-free, and it just shares some of the stocks that I own in my Roth IRA. And I'm sure if you're watching this a year from now, I probably will still own most of those stocks. I have not sold them in quite some time. I don't plan on selling them anytime in the near future. So the other thing too, with my current stock portfolio, and I say that I do mean mutual funds and ETFs. So I've got a 401k for my business. I've got Roth IRAs. My wife and I both have Roth IRAs. We have a joint account. I think my wife still has a traditional IRA. So we have stuff that is pretty well scattered. And if you are watching this and you're a tax person, then technically some of the numbers I'm going to share with you aren't income because they are in a retirement account. But just wanted to demonstrate how a stock portfolio, a mutual fund portfolio can still pay you interest and dividends just by having money invested. All right, so of the stocks, here's just one of the accounts. This is my 401k. There's a lot of activity going on. I had some deposits going in, trying to take care of my year-end contribution to max that out for the last year. But as you can see, dividends paid in the month of December was $2,596.80. So that was from one of my larger accounts. Total with all my stocks, mutual funds, and whatnot, you're looking at a grand total of $2,836.84. So is that high? Is that low? You also have to remember that a lot of the stocks that I have bought, especially the ones I shared in that Roth IRA conversion video, are tech stocks, growth stocks. So a lot of growth stocks don't pay dividends. So with those, you're just riding what's called appreciation. So, you're trying to buy it at 10 bucks a share and hopefully sell it at 40 or 50 or just keep riding it up. So with a lot of those stocks, you're not getting a dividend, you're not getting any interest. So you're just hoping for appreciation. So that's why there's not a huge income coming in, from my stock portfolio. As you get older, a lot of my clients, they'll have more dividend paying type investments, or they'll put more into bonds, to earn that interest. But right now you're looking at about $2,836, from the stocks in my portfolio. So that is passive income source number one. Number two is peer-to-peer lending. And I've talked about this quite a bit. Still shocked how many people have not heard of peer-to-peer lending, especially since it's been out for at least 8, 9, maybe even 10 years. So in peer-to-peer lending, and those who don't understand the concept is this. So if you need to borrow money, typically you would go to a bank, maybe you might use a credit card, but let's say you're going to a bank and you have to apply for a loan, and they're going to get all these financials from you and determine, how much you could borrow, what interest rate you're going to borrow at, and then how fast do you need to pay that money back. That's typically how most people get loans. So what peer-to-peer lending is just how, with technology and how things are advancing, instead of going to the brick and mortar bank, you can go and apply for this loan online. So whether if you are trying to pay off a credit card, or maybe you need a business loan, or maybe you've got some other debt that you want to consolidate, whatever that loan is, you can go to some of these peer-to-peer lending companies and apply just like you would to a brick and mortar. And the big difference though is that you're going to get approved a whole lot a whole lot faster. And also it's a hell of a lot more convenient doing it on your laptop or your computer, maybe even your smartphone, versus, having to make a special trip to the brick and mortar bank. So in peer-to-peer lending, there are quite a few options. The top two that are still the top two and been the top two for quite some time are Lending Club and Prosper. Lending Club had an IPO a few years ago. IPO has not done that great, by the way. Prosper is a second one. And I opened accounts at both of them. Right now, I do have more money with Lending Club than Prosper right now. As far as just personal preference, they're both about the same. A Lending Club is definitely bigger. I don't have their asset size right now, but they've got a lot, and they've given out a lot of loans. Typically, especially for something like this, that is a newer technology, a newer type of offering, typically going with a bigger, more reputable company, can be a good thing. Not always, but, generally that's where I will tend to lean. So with Lending Club, so this is just one of my Lending Club accounts. So I have some money that's part of my 401k that's in Lending Club, and then I have two other smaller accounts. But let me go back. So with that one, you can see that the interest received there was well, there's principal and interest. So principal was $57.05, interest was $11.66 for a total of $123.76. Boom. And then this is one of the larger ones. So there was some money that was invested. I had with these peer-to-peer lending, when notes are getting paid, typically a lot of mine go into cash just because I'm not sure if I want to reinvest it. So I kind of just wait. So I had quite a bit sitting in cash whenever I took this snapshot back in December. But as you can see, starting balance there was $45.88, but interest received was $238.66. So that is from Lending Club. That's one of the bigger peer-to-peer lending accounts. So this is once again just for the month of December. This is a snapshot from Prosper. So principal received is $258.48. So that basically is you're getting paid back your principal, from the loan that people took out. So that's the other thing I guess I forgot to mention. So with peer-to-peer lending, instead of going to the brick and mortar, you're going to Lending Club or Prosper to pay for the loan. And now you, as the investor, basically are becoming the bank. So you are loaning this person money. Now that could be scary for a lot of people, but let me put those fears at rest. If somebody needs $10,000, you're not lending them $10,000. You'll be lending them maybe $25, $50, $100 of that $10,000, and somebody else is going to lend them the rest, and somebody else is going to lend them the rest. Another peer is going to lend them the rest, and basically that's what makes up peer-to-peer lending. So a common question I get is, well, what happens if the person doesn't pay? What happens? Well, I mean, you do lose your money, right? I mean, that is a risk when you're lending somebody money. But once again, is somebody really going to not pay? I mean, it depends, because if they don't pay, this is like anything else. You don't pay back on a loan, it's going to kill your credit. So it's in their best interest to pay, but also to be diversified and make sure you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Then that's why you're only going to loan that person 25, 50, maybe $100 at the most. So that's what you see with principal received. Interest received for the month was $128.45. Total income received from peer-to-peer lending for the month of December was $388.06. So $388.06. So that's the second thing. All right, number three, real estate. So with real estate, now I've talked about this in other videos. I've also wrote a few blog posts about this. My voyeur into real estate didn't start the best. I thought I found a duplex that was going to be a great investment. Turns out that it was not. At this point in time, I'd already made an offer. The person had accepted, and I was lucky to get out of the deal because I didn't actually go get a second opinion like I should have from my CPA, who's also a real estate investor. So luckily I didn't lose any money out of that deal. The person, I think, had to put down like $500 for earnest money. Somehow maybe they were just nice, but they didn't ask to keep that. So I didn't lose anything in that deal. I gained a lot of experience. At the time, what I gained was I'm not ready to invest into real estate. And that was over 8, maybe 9 years ago when that whole thing went down. So that's actually when I did a pivot, and I started focusing more on the online side. That's when I started my blog after that, and which we'll get to here in a minute. So with real estate, the only real estate investment that I have right now is a real estate note. These are, I mean, they're not as common. So how I invested money into a real estate note was I had a really good buddy of mine who is a real estate investor. So this guy is flipping houses. He's buying houses on wholesale. He's doing lease to own, rent to own. He's very well diversified in the real estate market. And what he was looking for was outside investors to invest basically into his company. And then he would pay them back a interest or a note in the form of interest. And right now that what I'm making is 7% off of that. So in that case, I gave him $20,000 and that went towards a piece of property that I own a portion of. This is back in Illinois. So this piece of property, real estate prices are not a lot there. So I think this house maybe is worth anywhere between $80,000 to $100,000. So if something happens to the note or the house, the property, if like he defaults or something happens, like I do own a part of that. So the principal, there's always is some risk, but that's some of my protection. So then what do I get? I just basically get a interest payment deposited into my checking account every single month. So this is where the money goes. I have this set up as Wells Fargo. This is also a part of my 401k, which is a self-managed 401k. So a lot of 401ks, this might be another topic for another day, but most traditional 401ks, you're going to see stocks, mutual funds, bonds. You're not going to see peer-to-peer lending, real estate notes, and so on. But you can set up your own self-directed 401ks. Anyway, whole other story. But as you can see here in December, we had $116.66. Looks like one of the payments came a little early before January, but basically $116.66 is what I'm getting paid on this note. Just like I said, give him $20,000, get that back. And once it's paid off, I get my interest back. No different than buying a bond or a CD. Big difference though, right now, it's paying more than typically what you can get anywhere else. As of right now, I don't see myself doing any more of these just because it's just another thing I have to keep track of. And I've got a lot of accounts staggered everywhere. I didn't even say this with the stocks, but I've got, I'm going to say 8 or 9, maybe 10 different accounts. Some are with the same place, but I got other smaller accounts spread out, like used to be Scott Trade, but Trade King, Ally Financial. I used to have an account with Betterment, had to close that one, and just a few other places. But one other thing with real estate that I am interested in, and I will be opening an account. I just totally contradicted myself, didn't I? But I do want to check this one out. So Fundrise, and I've mentioned this on other videos as well. So what Fundrise is, it's kind of like the peer-to-peer lending of real estate. But the cool thing is, once again, you don't have to actually go out and find the properties. You don't have to manage the properties. That's what Fundrise does. So you give them money, they go out and find the properties for you, and kind of like the real estate note, you're getting paid interest back on whenever they're collecting those rent payments. I still haven't done this. I'm hoping by the time you watch this video, I'll be done, but I am going to do a Fundrise review video, just walking people through the process, basically of myself opening my first Fundrise account. So this is something that I will be adding. Currently not yet, but this year I will have a Fundrise account open and I'll be able to dabble and see how that all works out. All right, so that's number 3, real estate. The 4th thing is my book. If you haven't watched the previous video yet, you'll notice that in the backdrop, you'll see my book, Soldier of Finance. Snap this photo at Barnes & Noble whenever my book came out, or maybe it was after my book came out. But obviously, last name is Rose, Ramsey. Our books are pretty close. I may have staged this book right next to Dave's, they're front and center. But anyway, had to snap a photo of that. Now, here's the cool thing. So this book published in August of 2013. And the funny thing is that I did a big promotion, that year and probably going the following year, but I really haven't promoted it that much. Why? I don't have a good answer for you. Probably as a true entrepreneur, I just kind of moved on to the next thing. And really, for me, the book was just having it out there just to show, hey, I'm a proven, respected author. You know, this was not self-published. A publisher actually paid me to write a book, not as much as Dave Ramsey, but I did get paid to write a book. And, you know, the book was available in Barnes & Noble, which is the only, you know, I guess Books A Million, but I don't know how much longer that's going to be around. But you could go to a bookstore and buy it, and they typically do keep it in stock. So here's the cool thing, though, is that once I started YouTube, back again last fall in October, my book sales have gone up dramatically. So I took this screenshot from Amazon, and you can look back this is actually, looks like almost like a 2-year snapshot, January 2016 to January 2018. And you can see how like there was a big spike in book sales. And I'll tell you, like, this has all been from YouTube. So for all you that have been watching the videos and want to check out more of my stuff, you picked up my book, man, thank you for doing that. Many of you have commented, so I appreciate that. Here's the laughable thing is that I don't really know how much I make per book. So typically how I get paid on my book sales, I think it's like once a quarter or maybe twice a year, I'll get a royalty check in the mail, and it's not a whole lot of money. That's why I really don't put a lot of stock in it. So I calculated that I sold about 106 copies. So I'm figuring maybe I made about $318 in the month of December for book sales that month. But once again, like I said, I have promoted it in my YouTube videos just by mentioning it, like I am now, but like that's it. Yes, you can find it in the description if you read through any of my show notes, but there hasn't been any huge promotion. So that is a nice, you know, $300 passive income source I don't have to do a lot with. All right, so on to number five. Number five, we've got the Make 1K challenge. So this was something that I wanted to test out. And if you follow any internet marketers, you'll see a tactic that they use, which is ingenious. But basically the idea is that if you can get somebody to buy something from you, even if it's $1 or $7, if it's some small amount, the likelihood that they'll buy something else from you, I don't know the exact stat, but like it doubles or triples or some crazy statistic. Because if you buy something, it's getting people to take that huge first step of actually making that commitment and buying something. So, and I'm trying to think of examples, but I mean, you see them all the time, right? You got the dollar trial offers, you got the introductory product that they want you to try just to see if you like it. So with this, what I offered was it's a free email challenge. So basically you sign up, you're going to get, I think it's 10 emails that you'll get to help people make their first $1,000 from blogging. So that part is free. So how do I make money from it? So once you opt in to the free challenge, we offer a blogging bootcamp bundle. And basically it's just a collection of PDFs, behind the scenes video of one of my top affiliates. And I think there's something else I share in there as well. All that is $7. So the strategy has been, I get people to opt in, you know, that's for free. Once they opt in, they get this pitch basically for the $7 product, and they buy or they don't. Now, better internet marketers than myself would have another upsell after that $7 product, or at least have another product to offer later on. I launched this thing, I'm gonna say about a year ago, less than a year ago. I still don't have the second product. Long story, you know, I think most of you know, I moved to Nashville. So I had some other things come up that just kind of, this became not a priority. So it's there. But the cool thing is that I'm not spending any money advertising this thing. So basically all I'm doing is taking advantage of my search engine traffic on my blog. I've got this strategically placed on different articles where people would hopefully be interested in this, and they sign up for the free email challenge, they get the upsell. I'm using ClickFunnels, which is an awesome piece of software that sets up these landing pages for people to collect email addresses, and automatically, you know, will have the second page appear to do the upsell and all that good stuff. So this is, I took a snapshot from ClickFunnels so you can see the white box in the middle. I blocked out email addresses. But the cool thing is you look on the left here, you can see people buying this $7 product 17 minutes ago, an hour ago, 2 hours ago, 10 hours ago, 13 hours ago, all $7. I can only do a snapshot for the last 2 months, which you'll see. But then at the bottom there, you'll see total sold is 538. So in 2 months, I sold 538 at $7. I divided that by 2 just to make it simple. So rough calculation is making $1,883 from this $7 product that I haven't touched in 6 months or longer, maybe even 9 months. So once again, that's kind of cool. So that's number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6 is my course. And this is something I also have a few YouTube videos talking about this as well. The course I have currently is the Online Advisor Growth Formula. This is all hosted through Teachable, which is an amazing platform if you're interested in setting up a course. This course is specifically for financial advisors that are looking to grow their online presence and also grow their business through online marketing. So with this course, it starts at $2,500. That's the price point. I do offer payment plans. Now, here's the cool thing though, is that there is a bit of an onboarding process with this. It's not a lot really, but I just took the last 2 or 3 months, after the move and everything. I just want to take some time off and just, be focused on my family. So I closed this down where you couldn't even buy the course. But I still had people that were on the payment plan for this. So in the month of December, even though this thing has been closed for the last 3 months or longer, I made $847 just from people making the payment plan. So this person was paying $397 a month. This one is $147. They had a longer payment plan, and this one's $297. So I offered different. I was testing some different pay structures. All of these people are paying more than if they would have paid up front. So $2,500. So I think this was anywhere between $3,500 to $4,000 that I'll end up making, provided they actually pay through the entire time. But once again, $841 for just basically nothing. People that had signed up in the course, and this is all a learn at your own pace. I'm not in there offering any. There's a Facebook group that I offer, but it's not like any coaching that I have to be in like once a week or once a month or anything. So that is once again a nice passive income source that I'll be turning back on here pretty soon. Life insurance leads. Or actually, I'm going to say insurance leads, but specifically life insurance in the month of December. So one of the cool strategic byproducts, when you get in the online space, and especially with my blog, was I started discovering that not only could you make money from either selling insurance to people that want to buy life insurance, which, being a financial advisor, I've sold a lot of term life insurance in my day. So I was totally fine, with people from all over the country wanting to buy life insurance. But it got to the point where I had so many leads coming in that I couldn't handle it. I didn't want to handle it. I tried hiring a call center to take care of it. And that's been good and bad. I've had some good experiences and some other not so good experiences. But right now, for the most part, a bulk of the leads that we have come in, we sell them, and we do have a call center that also works some of those leads as well. So this is one of the sites that I own. This is lifeinsurancebyjeff.com. I also get leads from my main blog, goodfinancialsense.com as well. If you kind of click around, you'll find it. So as a recap with the insurance leads, we sell life insurance direct, and we don't do that as much, but I still have some that I'm getting paid on and also getting paid residuals on. And then we also sell the leads. So that means that we get the contact information and we just sell them and let that person, they buy the leads, and whatever they sell, and it's on them. There's no revenue share or commission split on those. So between those two sources in the month of December, the total revenue was $20,163.67. So as you can see, it's one of the larger pieces of our income sources, of my passive income. As I mentioned, I don't do anything with this. I don't even talk to the call center that's buying these. One of my team members does that. So I don't do anything with these. This is actually one of those things I had to pinch myself just to remind myself, okay, this is pretty sweet, and I really don't have to do anything. Now, a cool thing is that we have another page on my blog that we are leasing. It's insurance. I'm not going to say what vertical, just because I just don't want to I guess, how I say this, I don't want to share too much information. I want to be careful just in there to respect, what they're doing. But this was totally a new thing for me. But we had another page that we were making decent money on. I think we're making between, let's say, $4,000 or $5,000 a month from this page, from the affiliates that we were getting, which I'll get to here in a minute. But the person that wanted to buy it, they specialize in this niche. So they felt that they could make more with the leads that we were getting in than what we were getting. So what they did now is like they're basically paying us $15,000 a month. Yes, that's right, $15,000 a month, basically to lease our page. So any leads that come in, they go to them. We don't have to mess with it. They just pay us $15,000 basically to access to that page and everything that comes along with it. Just one page on my site. And I'm totally fine with that. So 15 grand, you talk about passive income. Now this is not reflected in the numbers here just because this did not happen until January, but that would be a nice little bump, for the month of January, but just want to kind of drop that in there. All right. So income source number 8 are banner ads. So if you are with Google ads, you see them all the time. Anytime you do a Google search or if you go on websites, typically you're going to see these types of ads. I kind of like to describe them as, think of them as billboards that you see on a freeway or interstate, but they're on a website. So that's what banner ads are. For the most part, banner ads, people don't have to do anything. They're just display. You're just getting paid for the amount of visitors that see that. Now with those, you can get paid more if people click on them. But for the most part, you're going to get paid just to get eyes on. So the more traffic that you get, the more that you're going to get paid. Now with banner ads, I used to have a ton of them on my site. I still have some, as you'll see here. This is an example there in the middle. Kind of blends in with the site. That's trying to have good user experience. But basically with this, those are different ads people can click on, but they're also display ads as well. So with banner ads, right now we in the month of December, we got paid $6,999.71 for banner ads. And that used to represent a larger portion of the total revenue, but we have focused a lot more on affiliates and other items that just basically pay more, which you'll see, basically you'll see here next. So banner ads used to be a lot more, plus, and this is a little bit more technical, but banner ads can be very heavy on the site and slow down the site. And we just really want to focus on the speed of the site and also user experience. So we have dropped a lot of the banner ads that you used to see and have very minimal. So we're making about $7 grand with those. Oh, and here's here's an example of one of the banner ad companies that we work with. This is media.net. The last month, so month of December, $3,196.04. And this year to date, which not reflecting this total, but $3,160 for the month of January. Obviously, January's not over yet, but you can get an idea. So this is just one of the banner ad places that we have partnered with and have a good relationship with. All right, affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is the thing. 2 years ago, didn't have a lot of it, and it's definitely been one of our main focuses on the site. So with my blog, being in the investment space, some of our top affiliates are like peer-to-peer lending, like Lending Club and Prosper, or investing, Betterment, TD Ameritrade, Ally Financial, Stash, could be thrown in there, Robinhood. So those are some of our top investing affiliates. We also have some insurance affiliates. There are so many different types of affiliates that you can do. A lot of mine are more in the personal finance space, investing space, obviously, since that's what my blog is about. So here is some snapshots before I share the total. As you'll see, this basically makes up the bulk of the passive income source. So this is one of our affiliate companies that we partner with. This is Impact Radius. And for the month of December was $69,800. So what is Impact Radius? And I'm going to share another one here in a second. So they are an affiliate marketing company or affiliate marketing hub. So you set up a free account with them, and then they have partnered with some of the top companies that offer affiliate programs. So if you are in the personal finance space, or if you are in the health and beauty space, or the fitness space, or in the B2B space, business to business, they basically have partnered with all these companies that offer the affiliates, and then you just sign up for a free account with them, and then you apply to some of these affiliates. Now, oftentimes you may not get approved, especially if you're a new blog, you don't have a lot of traffic. So it might take some time, but that's what this is about. And now this, like I said, this is a big bulk of our affiliate revenue, but we also have, I want to say, let's just say 10 direct affiliate relationships. So not all these companies will go through an affiliate company like Impact Radius. They do it themselves. It's a pain in the butt, but sometimes, you know, if that's the only way to do it, that's how you got to do it. Thankfully, I got someone in my team that takes care of that. Anyway, Impact Radius, $69,800 in the month of December. Here's another one. This is Commission Junction, CJ.com, same thing. They're just an affiliate company. You sign up, apply for different affiliates. Commission Junction actually used to be the top one, but then what you'll see as affiliates will jump from company to company, can be a pain in the butt. Thankfully, some of our top ones did not go out of commission for too long. Anyway, month of December, $7,485.80 for that, for a grand total of $101,059.39 for affiliates. Once again, that's $101,059.39. Passive income source number 10 is just my one-off affiliates. So these are companies that I use and I recommend to people if they're interested. The biggest one is like ConvertKit, which is our email service provider. I also have, it's a BombBomb, which is a video service. So you can do video and emails. But anyway, that in the month of December was $240.05. So that's passive income source number 10. So add those all together and you have the grand total of $134,846.40, all passive income. All right, so that's my rant on passive income. I've shown you behind the scenes how I do it, how I make passive income myself. Let's keep the conversation going because I want to know, do you agree? Do you agree what I say about passive income? Or are you one of those that says, oh, if you're doing any work, then you're not really making passive income? And if you're one of those people, I want to know how much money you're making in passive income and how you're doing it. So don't leave me a comment that says, oh, you're working too much, you're not making passive income. Then show me what you're doing.
Show me the money. I need to feel you, Jerry. Show me the money. Jerry, you better yell. Show me the money!
I'm all about, I want to see proof, right? Proof is in the pudding. I like pudding, but I like proof even more. So don't leave a comment and be vague. I want specifics. The commenters want specifics. So none of that vague stuff. Give me the real deal. I want to know what you're doing. All right, this is Jeff Rose from goodfinancialsense.com, and I want to remind you that it's your money, it's your life, and guess what? Making passive income can be awesome. Let's go out and do it. Peace. He goes, so one of his quotes from his oh my goodness, I cannot talk.